What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Afro Joe here, and I thought I'd do this video because I thought it was something that was kind of fucked up to hear about Mark Zuckerberg and this young woman's story. This woman's name is Andrea Lamana, and she posted a picture up on Facebook. This picture about how she fed her kids organic food to help them. She didn't say it was a cure for autism, but it helped them from being autism or some. It's something about reversing the process of being autistic. And she went to a protest about it. And this is the picture that you see that she posted up on Facebook, on her own Facebook. You see it right here with Alex Jones and another gentleman. But she went on his show to tell her story about how she posted this picture up on her profile on her Facebook, and Mark Zuckerberg flagged her, not flagged her, but suspended her for posting this picture saying she was abusing and doing hate speeches and all this and that because she's anti-GMO. Like she's against the pesticide. What it means is she was protesting about how pesticides in the food, that she doesn't want pesticides in the food that's going to make the kids autistic, or in other words, I hate to use the word retarded in a way because the pesticide is in the food. And like I said, Mark Zuckerberg suspended her and said that she was doing hate speeches on Facebook. Now she went on Alex Jones' show to tell her story about how Mark Zuckerberg suspended her from Facebook for posting a picture that she was protesting about GMO pesticide in the food. And Bill O'Reilly, Lord Jesus, Bill O'Reilly, Master Bates over here. Bill O'Reilly is sitting up there patting Mark Zuckerberg on the back because he thought he did a good deal because he doesn't want Bill O'Reilly doesn't want Alex Jones or this Andrea Mala to, I might mispronounce her last name, but doesn't want them to go on Facebook or social media to protest about stuff like this, that the pesticides is making kids mentally touched in the head. And I don't get us. Like I thought, like I said, I thought this is the America. I thought this was the country where we have freedom of speech, and Facebook was a platform where people can have that freedom of speech and post whatever they want. But like I always say, you gotta watch what you're saying, do over the internet because you don't know, because the internet is just smoking gun. But to post a protest picture of two kids saying they don't want pesticides in their food, and Mark Zuckerberg sitting up there saying, "Oh, that's a no-no." So protesting against pesticides in my food and making my children retarded is a no-no. It's a no-no. I didn't know that was a big ass no-no. And ever since this is posted up yesterday on the 31st of May of this year, he thinks that protesting against anything that has to do with government is a big ass no no. So if I say, oh, the government's taxing me too damn high because I'm picking up the slack for rich folks, that's a big ass no no. I can't say I'm paying the check, paying the bill for Mark Zuckerberg so he can sit on his fat white ass in his big ass house with his Asian wife trying to be Woody Allen over here, and I'm paying his bills. That's a big ass no no. But Bill O'Reilly can say, "Oh, I think the poor can pay more. I think poor people need to die so I can make more money." Bill O'Reilly can do all that on Facebook and get away with it, and you won't say nothing to him. But you treat this woman, Andrea La Lamala, Lama, And Alex Jones like they're fucking terrorists. So I'm sitting up here, if she's sitting up here protesting about pesticide being in the food is a no-no, and you look at her as a terrorist, why do you allow why do you allow certain users to post naked pictures of themselves or fight videos or porn links to porn sites and so on and so forth on Facebook? But when it comes down to something real, like a mother protesting about pesticides being in the food, it's a no-no. It's a no-no. So somebody posts so if I'm getting this right, if I'm getting this right with Mark Zuckerberg's Oakside, it's okay to post new pictures, dead bodies, and shit like that on Facebook. It's okay, but I can't post pictures of a protest that's against pesticides being in their food or how livestock is getting injected with antibiotics and steroids. And I can't sit there and put a picture of me, people protesting about how the kids and I can't protest that all freedom of speech is being taken away from the Americans because of how people like Bill O'Reilly is doing. Like if Bill O'Reilly says people shouldn't have freedom of speech, that's what he's trying to do. It's like Alex Jones shouldn't have freedom of speech because it's hurting the media and all this and that. He's part of the media, dumbass. He says like people at blogs and shit like that shouldn't have rights to have freedom of speech. And I'm sitting up here getting a little pissed off because one thing is this one mother is protesting about how pesticides is in the food and it's making children retarded. It's making children retarded, and he and Mark Zuckerberg sitting up there, uh, we don't allow that up on Facebook. We don't allow that up on Facebook. If you're not gonna allow it up on Facebook, then what's next? What's next? Twitter, Tumblr. What's next? Because you're sitting up there saying that this woman cannot protest about pesticides being in the food. Now, like you lost a lot of users after that because you're saying this. You're losing, like Mark Zuckerberg is losing so many users because of the shit that's on going on the site. Like why does Facebook need to know my phone number? Why does Facebook need to know where the hell I live? Why does Facebook need to know my personal information? That's why people are leaving Facebook. And plus, to top it off, people cannot post pictures of them protesting against something that they don't like. But you are okay with pictures of dead bodies and naked people on it and people committing suicide and all this and that and so on and so forth. But it's not okay for people to post pictures of kids protesting against why is there pesticides in my food? Why is the steroid? This is like I said. This is the picture. This is Andrea Lalama's kids. They said she kind of reversed autism in it by feeding them organic food, which stopped the autism. Not well. I'm gonna put the Alex Jones's show video in the description box. But if you watch this video, pass it to your friends that Mark Zuckerberg only wants nude pictures, dead bodies, kids getting raped, so on and so forth, shit like that. But he doesn't want kids protesting about what's been put in my food. So he's okay with kids catching cancer and diabetes at a young age and kids killing each other, being on meth and all this and that. But he's not okay with kids bitching about what's in my food, what's in their food and my food or anybody else's food. That's what he doesn't want. And he's got Bill O'Reilly backing his ass up, but Alex Jones is telling him that Bill O'Reilly's crazy, and Mark Zuckerberg is on the is right behind him with the bullshit. But a mother is worrying about what the fuck has been put in her kids' food, and I'm sitting up there wondering, it's like this country is getting fucked no matter what. Y'all go, I know people gonna start saying, "Oh, it's Obama's fault." It's not Obama's fault because one thing is they've been putting pesticides in foods before Obama ever got in office. Before Obama even got in office. But to sit there and censor a mother because she protests about pesticides being put in her kids' food and they're digesting the pesticides, which is destroying their body, like pesticides destroying our bodies. And they say, "Oh, we don't know what causes cancer. We don't know what causes cancers or pesticides or shit like that." But it's natural causes. Think about it. Pesticides is natural causes, fucker. But to sit up here and censor a mother because she posted a picture of her two kids protesting about GMO, and you say that's a no-no, and I don't think it's a no-no if a mother is sitting up there protesting about what's been put in people's food, and you have Bill O'Reilly sitting up there saying, "I'm glad that they suspended this woman from Facebook. Kids need to die before they hit 13." And you got Mark Zuckerberg saying, "I'm cool with kids dying." What if, because he doesn't got kids, so he ain't got nothing to worry about. If he did, his kids won't be able to eat pesticides like everybody else because you know why? He's gonna be feeding them organic bullshit. But like I said, why would you sit up here? Why would you sit up here and stop this woman from protesting about pesticide being in the food and her kids are protesting with her? You act like she didn't. You act like she's a communist and all she was worried about is why is there pesticide in the food. That is the question. Why? Why is why is Facebook acting like a fucking communist terrorist because this woman's worried about what's in the food? It's like this is how I see it. It's like a person going into a restaurant. This whole situation. It's like a person going to the restaurant and they sit down, they look at a menu, and they see what they want, but they ask the waiter, "What's in this?" And the waiter gets pissed off and says, "Get out." It's like that. It's like a customer asking what's in the food before I eat it. And that's all it is to it, but Mark Zuckerberg and Bill O'Reilly thinks that it's alright for kids to be eating bug spray and inhaling bug spray and drinking bug spray and eating bug spray because they think bug spray is the shiznit. But when you have Alex Jones and a worried mother sitting up there saying they don't want pesticides in their foods, making their kids mentally challenged, having health problems, bones or joints not forming right because there's pesticides, steroids, and antibiotics injected into livestock and crops because the government wants to put it there, and Bill O'Reilly supports that. And it's like if you worried about your kids, it makes me proud of this woman because this woman is getting out there to tell the world that she doesn't want pesticides in the food. to make her children messed up because of what's in pesticide. What can pesticide do to you? It's the same as when you drink any toxic. It can either kill you or fuck you up. It is what it is. But to sit there and censor her because she used Facebook, to sit there and censor her because she used Facebook, that is so fucked up. See, they don't like it's like what they said. They don't want anybody like this mother to protest and go on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr to protest because Bill O'Reilly wants them to stay off social media, stay off TV, stay off the radio, and keep their shit to themselves so everybody else can die from pesticide, so he can live to see another day. And why is Mark Zuckerberg so caught up in it that after that she got the publicity the next day, he unsuspended her and not even a apology to say I'm sorry. But you're sitting up there suspended this woman because she's protesting about pesticides being in the food. That's all she was saying. It's the same if a mother goes up on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, any social media, and sits there says we need to do something about kids getting their hands on guns, kids getting their hands on drugs, kids getting this and that. Because a parent's job is to teach them from right from wrong, but they're not going to be around their child 24/7 because they teach. And what a parent does is teaches the kids do to do the right thing and know from right from wrong. But the school teaches them math, science, arithmetic, and all so on and so forth. It's so much that a parent can teach a child, and so much that a school can teach. That when a mother bitches about why is my child got this gun, how come my child is ingesting pesticide? That's what she's worrying about. It's just like any other mother worrying about what's going on with their kids. Why is the kids so unhealthy? If they feed them the right stuff like vegetables, fruit, and the right things, and they still wonder why they are so unhealthy, is because what they put in the food. You can sit there and say, well, you can grow your food, though you can, yeah, she can, but the earth is so fucked up with full of toxics and so on and so forth. You don't, you might still be eating pesticide. You just don't know. But to sit up there and Bill O'Reilly and Mark Zuckerberg saying this woman don't need a protest about how pesticides get into the food. She needs to sit her ass back in the kitchen. That's what they trying to say. To me, that's what it's trying to say. They're being sexist or whatever because a mother's worrying about her kids, and all the Bill O'Reilly and Mark Zuckerberg can say is, "Oh, she needs to take her bitch ass back in the kitchen and cook me some fucking grits." Seems like that's what they're trying to say. That's what it seems like. But it's like is you cannot stop people from having freedom of speech. But that's what Bill O'Reilly wants to do. He wants to take freedom of speech away from the people and give it to the people like him, like Rush Limbaugh, Bill O'Reilly, Don Iverson, dumb motherfuckers like them, plus Snooki and Jay Wild and Rob Dyrdek, only rich and famous people. That's all he wants is the rich and famous people to have freedom of speech. When it comes down to the average Joe, he doesn't want that for the people. Bill O'Reilly has actually put Caroline D on his show and and actually trying to send people to the caller's house to beat him up and bully him to a point. But y'all sitting up here, oh y'all need to leave Bill O'Reilly alone. So him sending people to beat up people because they have something to say against his point of views, y'all still think that's right. You don't think, like, say, if y'all support Bill O'Reilly and think, oh, it's okay for him to say, bitch, make me some breakfast, bitch, kiss my ass, bitch, lick the dog shit from my booty, then y'all ain't nothing but pieces of shit digging the booty ass motherfuckers. But like I said, I'm proud of this woman for standing up and doing what's right, protesting about what's been put in the food and what's making our kids fucked up. You can say, oh, it's what the parents cook them. No, it's not what the parents cook them. It's what they put in the food. It's not what the parents put in the food. It's about what is in the food before the parents even buy it. It's about how it's about how why is that there's pesticides in the crops, corn, fruits, vegetables, and all that shit. Why is there steroids and antibiotics put into the livestock like cows, chickens, and pigs? How come that? Why is that? How come if you go to a farm that makes good business with the fucking fast food chains, how come the chickens are big as fuck, and why is the farmers injecting them with steroids? How come if you go out to a farm and you see extra limbs on a cow and y'all don't question that? Y'all don't question that? Y'all need to wake up and realize something, man. This woman is doing something is doing something to help her kids and everybody else's kids. That's what a mother does. Worry about her kids. Worry about the kids. And if you look and to sit up here and Bill O'Reilly sit up here, oh, kids need to die from pesticide, and it's all good if they die from pesticide, and I want them to die from pesticide. Y'all still support that? So if Bill O'Reilly say it's just the same as when Pharaoh back in biblical times when Pharaoh was ruling Egypt, what he do? He said killed every male boy so he don't grow up to overthrow me. It's the same as that. It's the same as that. But it's like I said, my the way I said my point of view is this: that we should do something about pest. We should bitch complain about pesticides being sprayed on our food. We should bitch complain about why steroids and antibiotics is being injected into our livestock. We should bitch about it why. And Michelle Obama always send up her questions like why wants to do that whole not question but actually do that whole thing about child obesity. It doesn't start from the home. Well, it kind of does because some parents do buy their kids junk food and nothing healthy. But it's not just the parents' fault. It's actually what's been put in the food. It's fault. See, the parent it's the same. It's like that. It's not what the parents buy. It's about what's in the food before they buy it. If you take a pack of hamburger and you get it tested and it comes back and say, oh, it's got steroids and antibiotics in it, do you know that your kids are ingesting something they don't need to ingest? Same if you take a piece of corn, if you eat corn from Kroger's or Publix or Aldi's and you eat it, no, if you test it and say, oh, it's got pesticide on it, and you eat it and you going like drooling on yourself the next day, then you know what? Whatever they put in the food is going to actually destroy your body quicker than what a fucking cigarette can do. That's all it is. Didn't Taco Bell have that fucking outbreak, what, a few years ago about the onions? Didn't the fucking peanut butter have a fucking issue about what was in it? It was not the people who bought it and ate it. It was about what was in it when they served it. It's like that. Like when McDonald's had that pink slime. Big news. People was bitching. People was bitching. Or what was it? Somebody found a cockroach in Wendy's chili or a finger in Wendy's chili. Or what was it? I remember channel like well down here where I'm at ABC or Channel Two News did it. It was the news down here that did a segment called "What Was on Your Plate" and actually went behind the scenes and actually caught uh, cooks putting boogers, hair, so on and so forth in food that they got shut down. It's about what's been put in the food before you buy it, not what the parents bought. You can buy an apple, and it can be the shiniest apple in the world, and it will still be unsafe for you to eat. I'm not a doctor, so I can't sit there and say don't eat vegetables and fruit. I'm just saying you don't know what's going in it. You don't know what's in it to go in your body. Same as you don't know what's going in a cheeseburger at McDonald's. You don't know what you eat. Eating at McDonald's, it's going in your body. It's just like that. A mother protesting about uh, why is there GMO in the food. That's all she doing. But like I said, I'm gonna put the video in the description box so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But follow me on Twitter at AfroJoe the Wookie. Follow me on Tumblr. Subscribe to my channel, CeeLo Jr. 2, CeeLo Jr. 3, and tell me what you think about this story. Do you think the mother is doing the right thing? Do you think Mark Zuckerberg and Bill O'Reilly are in the wrong because they're censoring a mother for protesting about food that's been poisoned by putting uh, bug spray on them and all this shit? Do you think they was in the wrong that they want that to happen? You tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. And this has been Afro Joe. Like I said, man, keep it real. Show love to your fellow man and woman. Watch what you say and do over the internet because the internet is your smoking gun. Peace, love, and Afro Grease.